Okay, let me go on. Maybe the other company doesn't. All right, whenever there is an outbreak associated with food, we conduct an environmental health investigation, Lee explained. The examination of the drug content, or if there was any, falls into another division. We can go into any licensed premise that has marijuana on it, and if we have reason to believe there might be an issue with the safety of the product, we can require that it be tested, explained Louis Koski, director of Colorado Marijuana Enforcement Division. If the division decides to test the chocolate, they will hire an outside lab to determine if THC is present. Alright. There's a second story. Now, there is one more story that I was not able to find, but there has to have been. Alright, this next article, to me, it kind of like jumps. First article was from August, second article from September. This one is Tuesday, November 11th, 2014. Author Michael Roberts from the Westward. Daniel DeSales denies claim he dosed Denver County Pot Fair chocolate with pot. Has a picture of him. And, alright, so, and this is the article here. Alright, in August, a number of people came forward to say they gotten sick after eating chocolate from Live Well booth at the Denver County Fair. Turns out the sweets they ingested were actually marijuana edibles, which weren't supposed to be handed out on fair grounds. A class action lawsuit, and it looks like a link that they have it highlighted, followed with at least 6 people signing on. Now, LiveWell has reportedly pointed the finger of blame at an allegedly disgruntled former employee, Daniel DeSales. But rather than going to the ground, DeSales is denying the allegation in the press and social media. Alright. Wow. See also pot edible lawsuit update. More than 100 people sickened at Denver County Fair. Boy. So from the first couple of articles were 3 people. And then there was another article that I know that came out where it claimed 7 people had gotten sick. So this is really the first time that I am noticing that it says more than 100 people. Now, wow, okay, let's move on here. So, on November 6th, DeSales posted the following on his Facebook page. LiveWell /Broadway Wellness is trying to blame me for their fuck up when they dosed all the people at the Denver County Fair. Okay. The next day, marijuana.com provided details about the claim. According to this site, Beyond Broadway, LiveWell's parent company, filed a document dubbed Designation of Non-Parties at Fault. In it, LiveWell is said to deny having provided THC-laden full melt chocolates to fair attendees, and alleges possible sabotage by a former employee and 2 John Does. Okay, Jordan Combs, seen in a Facebook photo, is among Denver County fairgoers who got sick after visiting the LiveWell booth. The ex-staffer was DeSales, founder of the Secret Cup, a hash-making contest, the owner of Top Shelf Extracts. The Top Shelf booth was next to Live Well, and while the document stops short of directly accusing DeSales of using this proximity for nefarious purposes, it states that Mr. DeSales did not leave Beyond Broadway under positive circumstances and would have had both the motivation and the opportunity to sabotage the products handed out by Live Well at the Denver County Fair. Now, Live Well didn't comment for a CBS 4 version of the story, but DeSales did. In an interview, he acknowledged leaving Live Well under unhappy terms, but denied that he had anything to do with the pot edible situation. Afterward, DeSales posted the following image from the broadcast along the comments that read, "On the other hand, the Secret Cup t-shirt is on the news." It has a picture of him wearing his Secret Cup shirt. Okay, excuse me, I'm going to have to get some water here very quick, so I'm going to have to... Alright, so since then, DeSales has continued to proclaim his innocence, even as he's exhorted supporters not to troll Live Well's Facebook page on his behalf. In a note sent earlier today to our William Bress, he stressed how impossible and illogical it would be for me to be able to pull off what they allege, which would have to mean that I stole their custom molds made from their MIPS facility, infused the candy, then swapped it out right in front of them. And then it says, here is the CBS 4 report with the link. Now, let's read some comments. Alright. Robert Chase, I guess he was a top commenter. In a recent discussion on Colorado Weed Cannabis Radio, in which I participated, DeSales confirmed that there is evidence that people were dosed by Live Well. He said that several people claiming have been given medicated chocolate were found to have very high blood levels of THC, consistent with having recently eaten a high dose. DeSales reminded me of the statutory requirement that edibles and non-medicated foods not made on the same premise, CRS 12-43.3-4042, medical marijuana-infused products shall be prepared on a licensed premise that is used exclusively for the manufacture and preparation of medical marijuana-infused products, and using equipment that is used exclusively for that manufacture and preparation of medical marijuana-infused products. I see Jessica makes the same point below. Live Well's offering up non-infused version of chocolate bars begs the question of where and how they were produced. Absent evidence that Daniel DeSales deliberately dosed samples to be distributed to the public, the suggestions that he could have distracts from the primary issue that Live Well may have violated the law by manufacturing non-medicated chocolate in its MIPS. He would have to have been genuinely consumed with hate for Live Well to have the audacity to have deliberately substituted chocolate infused with large amount of THC for that expressly represented as ordinary, and particularly dumb or crazy to think he can get away with it. While criminals often are dumb and crazy, Daniel strikes me as neither. On the other hand, if Live Well broke the law by making a non-medicated batch of its chocolate bars in its MIPS and subsequently confused it with its normal product, that would precisely be the kind of eventually was intended to prevent the application. Occam's razor is indicated. I don't Alright, whatever. But, alright. Now, let me go back up here. And, guys, I tell you what. I'm gonna take us to a quick music break, guys, because, I need to, do a quick, personal item real quick, and I promise you I will be right back, and we're gonna finish this story. I have my own opinions on this, and I want to get back to that, but I want to read a couple of more of the different stations' take on it. So until then, let me see. What am I gonna load up here, man? I'm gonna go ahead and load up some. Let's go with some dirty bong water, and then after that, let's go with some real one. All right, guys. I appreciate you being patient with me. I promise you I will be back. This is 710 Radio Moth 22.9 live in Denver, Colorado.
I love living in the 303. I love smoking in the 303. I love rocking shows in the 303. So why don't y'all move to Denver, smoke some trees? I love living in the 303. I love smoking in the 303. I love rocking shows in the 303. So why don't y'all move to Denver, smoke some trees? Click is the sound my balance makes as it clicks on. You hear that buzz from my fan, another 12 hours of the sodium beating down on them. I peek in my head, make sure everything's okay up on them. My buds are looking good and a hella tight and hella sticky. 303, man, I love living in the city. They say we're hillbilly, oh Nelly, more like weed Billy fool, so check your own words. I'm pumping herb that will make you bite your own words. Don't you wish you had that real dank in your sacks? Homie, what you holding looks like stems and seeds. Dude, please hitting this will make you lose your breath. I'm about to have your girl get dirty ball water tatted on her breast. While you sip that coffee lung about your chest. Like the Midwest, cause we're growing the best. Denver 303's shit's the best. I love living in the 303. I love smoking in the 303. I love rocking shows in the 303. So why don't y'all move to Denver, smoke some trees? I love living in the 303. I love smoking in the 303. I love rocking shows in the 303. So why don't y'all move to Denver, smoke some trees? Time for the mile high to stand up. Amendment 64 passed, now what? Pack your bowls, roll your blunt, smoke your vape, stab the hash. Even have a medicated beverage, some edibles. Make your head feel like a bag of marbles. Went from smoking brick weed to growing the best green. People fiend for a hit of the skunky stinky tree. Shit's lovely. Fire up the bongs, play our songs, no more fear of trouble. Some still smoking swag, I'm in the homies jag, puffing bowls, rolling fat blunts. You can barely feel a zigzag with your cheap weed called the Brownback Special. Crystals on my nugs, such a spectacle. Growing that medical heals cancer. Cannabis is the answer. So many puff, from the teacher to the pole dancer, from the lawyer to the fucking doctors. Even the kids getting busted with it in their lockers. I love living in the 303. I love smoking in the 303. I love rocking shows in the 303. So why don't y'all move to Denver, smoke some trees? I love living in the 303. I love smoking in the 303. I love rocking shows in the 303. So why don't y'all move to Denver, smoke some trees? Like a luchador, I'm a high flyer. That stoner with the trees that you desire. Like McDonald's is 80 billion plus when it comes to the weed. Yeah, you heard of me, the one and only D-O-P-E-Y. After puffing this, even thugs be giving hugs. So I'ma pull a plug on all this dirt weed. Bitch, please pass the chronic. I grew it with ionic powers of nature. No matter what the flavor, gonna shit savor. This is what I do. Me and my brother grow bomb trees and bring them to you. I'm writing flows, man, that be rocking your brain. I'm smoking so much we just say we insane in the membranes. I'm tripling and acting like a bitch. It's just a week to feel better in a minute shit. Sit back, relax, eat a snack, you ain't never looking back. I love living in the 303. I love living in the 303. I love smoking in the 303. I love